Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, how are you? Students, we welcome all of you in our Tamam Education Hub. Dear students, today we are going to learn the subject of basic cost accounting, in which we have a new topic: materials, costing and accounting. Students, before solving this problem, firstly we have to study what is the meaning of material costing. For this purpose, we move to other slide as an introduction. Friends, in this slide, all the terms which are belong to this problem showing here. Material costing, dear students, firstly we should know about the costing of materials. What is the meaning of costing of materials? Costing means determining cost. Costing for materials includes the study of different methods for computation of cost of receipts and issue of materials and costing of the returns. We have studied in previous lectures that cost accounting system applies perpetual inventory system and maintains materials ledger cards for contain running record for movements of materials and serve as subsidiary ledgers for materials control account. These cards are at the same time basic documents to assist us in costing for issues of materials and ending the inventory. Fair and accurate materials costing is necessary because firstly, materials are the large component of production cost, and secondly, it affects income statement as well as balance sheet. Now, dear students, let's move to our main problem slide: material costing and accounting. Friends, this is our main slide in which we have to solve the problem as per given transactions. Friends, let's read this problem firstly in careful manners and solve this problem stepwise as per given transactions. Students, problem number 8.5, which is taken from the book of Professor Sohail Afzal. Stored ledger card. Friend, what is stored ledger card? Stored ledger card means perpetual inventory card. This is a format to record the costing materials. Students, we first explain the formation of stored ledger cards. We again move to the other slide. Here, friends, formation of perpetual inventory card. Dear students, basically perpetual inventory card has four main columns, like as dated column, unit received / purchase column, unit assured column, and units balance column. Now, except date columns, all other three columns have its more three sub columns with the same format, like as number of units, cost per unit, and amount of these units. Dear students, perpetual inventory card has also its main title, like as company name, and subtitle, like as method of posting, for example, FIFO method, LIFO method, and every cost method. Now student, this is the explanation about the formation of perpetual inventory card. Now we again move main slide here. Student, you are looking, this is the format of perpetual inventory card. You are seeing here, it has four main column: dated column, unit received column, unit issued column, and balance column. Now, except dated column, the other three columns have its sub columns, like as inventory, number of units, cost per unit, amount. Friend, you are looking here, in these sub columns there is another column is inventory invoice number. It is not needed, but in any question, if invoice number is given, then we have to draw a extra column as a invoice number column here. But in this question, it is not needed for this column here. Students, you are looking, these are three columns: unit received, unit assured, and balance. They have the same formats in their sub columns here. Students, let's start to solve this problem now. Students, this is our first transaction, like as balance, 1st March, 400 units. The costing amount is 960 rupees, but the per average cost is 2.40 here. Firstly, we have to record the opening balance here in balance column, in the date of 1st March here. 400 units, the rate is 2.40. This is amount is 960 rupees as of opening balance. Now students, purchase 3rd March. Purchase 3rd March, 248. This is the invoice number. This is the invoice number here. Now we have to put here invoice number in 3rd March date 240 here. Students, 300 units are purchased at rate of rupees 2.60 here. 300 units purchased, the rate is 2.60 rupees. This is the amount is 780 rupees here. Now students, we have to record the current inventory and previous inventory in again our balance column. Here 400 units and 2.60 is the per unit cost. Students, in this problem, we did not discuss about what is the method is firstly used in this problem. The method which is used in this problem is the FIFO method. FIFO method means first in, first out. The main thing about this problem is the Lexan Company Limited. Subtitle is Perpetual Inventory Card. The method is first in, first out method. Now students, we firstly explain about the given method in introduction slide here. This is the explanation about the first in, first out method. The abbreviation is FIFO, FIFO, first in, first out here. The principle as to flow of cost followed by first in, first out method is clearly presented by its name. This name is showing that first in, first out. The method assumed like first cost received in stores is the first cost that goes out from stores. That cost which is received in first, this cost which is out in first. This is a first in, first out. In other words, cost of materials is charged to production in the order of purchases. All the material cost which is charged to production as per given order of purchases. The earlier costs recorded in materials ledger cards are used to costing material acquisition, and the balance is composed of units received later. Students, this is the explanation about the first method. Now we again move our main slide here. Students, we have passed second transition. Now we record the inventory in balance column here. This is the previous inventory units, but the current inventory units are 300 units here, 300 units here. The rate is 2.60. Students, currently in our storeroom there are two lots like as 400 units and 300 units. The lots are different due to their rates are different here. Now, 7th March assured 100 units. The acquisition number is 342. We have to record here 342 as a acquisition number. Now, number of units assured is 100 units. Now, in this method, first in, first out mean that cost is first recorded this cost is out first. Now, in our inventory record, 400 units is the first cost. Now we will take 100 units from in 400 units because this is the first purchase in our inventory record. The rate is 2.60 here, 2.60 here. Now students, our remaining inventory record, again 300 units, the rate is 2.60, again 300 units, the rate 2. Here is rate 2.40, and it is also here 2.40 here because the first rate is 2.40, 2.40, and the current units, the second purchase is the rate is 2.60 here, 2.60 here. Now students, it is our current inventory record. Now, in 15th March, again purchase, the investment number is 340. Now we have again record in going to receive column as a investment number 342. The number of units are which are received 200 units, 200 units, 200 units. 200 units, the rate is 2.70 rupees per unit rate is here. Now we again record our inventory again in the balance column here, 300 units, 2.40, again 300 units, 2.60, and 200 units. The current record is 2.70 here. The method is using as a FIFO method, first in, first out. 18th March, 150 units are issued. The requisition number is 437. Now we record requisition number here 437, and the 150 units are received from the first purchase here, 300 units. Now we take 150 units out of 300 units in the first purchase. Here 150 units are taken from first purchase. The rate is 2.40. The remaining balance is 150 and the 2.40. The next purchase is 300 units. The rate is 2.60. The third purchase is 200 units. The rate is 2.70. Now we again maintain our inventory record in balance column. Now students, 21st March again materials purchase. Again material issue. The requisition number is 449 is the requisition number. The material is issued 300 units, but in our first purchase there are only 150 units are available. Now firstly we take 150 units in our first purchase here, 150 units. The balance rate is 2.40. The remaining balance we have to take the second purchase 300 units out of 50 units here. The rate is 2.60 here. Student, this is our issuing recording in units issued column here. Now the balance is 150 units in second purchase because we have to take 150 units from second purchase. The rate 2.60 and the third purchase is 200 units. The rate is 2.70 here. Student, this is the FIFO method. Now 25th March, again material purchase 150 units. The requisition number is 150. The requisition number is 150 here. 150 requisition number here. The units are 150 units and the rate is 2.80 here. Students, this is our purchase in date of 25th March, which has been recorded in the units received column. Now we move to the balance column to record all the inventories. Previous inventory and current inventory here. Again, 150 units is the previous inventory, 2.60 units, and total units also previous inventory 2.70, and the current inventory is the 150 units. The rate is 2.80 here. Student, this is our current inventory available again. Now, 29th March, the requisition number is 510. 510, requisition number here, and the units are assured 200 units here. Now, if you are looking in our second purchase, there are only 150 units are available. Then we have to take firstly 150 units from the second purchase here. The rate is 2.60. The remaining balance 50 units are received from the third purchase here. 200 units. 50 units are taken from the third purchase. The rate is 2.70. Now, students, the balance are 150 units because we have to take 50 units from the third purchase here. The 2.70 is the rate. The fourth purchase is 150 units. The rate is 2.80 here. Students, this is our current inventory, like as 150 units and also 150 units, the rate are different. Students, the sum up is 820 rupees as a closing inventory cost here. Students, you are looking, we have used the FIFO method to solve this problem. I think you are looking carefully. Now, verification is here. The verification is saying us that the opening balance is 960 units, material purchase is 1740 rupees, the total units are available for use 2700 rupees, and the material consumes which are used in the production is 1875 rupees. The closing balance is 825 rupees, which is the equalized from this amount. It means that we have solved our question 100% accurately. Student, this is the FIFO method. Now we find this problem the other method, like as LIFO method, last in first out. For this purpose we have to move the other slide as a LIFO method. Student, this is the slide last in first out method here. The program is same, but the method is different here. Firstly, we have to explain what is the meaning of LIFO in the introduction slide here. We move again introduction slide. Student, this is the last in first out method. The abbreviation is LIFO. LIFO. Last in first out. Students, the principle as to flow of cost followed by last in first out method is opposite to that of FIFO method. This is the reverse of FIFO. In FIFO, the cost material which is purchased first, this cost is out first, but in LIFO method, LIFO assumes the last cost received in stores is the first cost that goes out from stores. Cost of materials is charged to production in the reverse order of purchase. The later costs recorded in materials ledgers cards are used for cost materials acquisition and is composed of units received earlier in balance. Students, this is the explanation about the LIFO. Now we will move the slide LIFO method. Students, I advise you, please understand this method carefully, because there are some complication which is occurred in this method. So you can see this question in serious manners and take this lecture about this method attentively. Students, first March we have our opening balance is 400 units. The cost price is 2.40. This is the opening balance which is recorded in the balance column here. In 3rd March we purchased 300 units at the rate of rupees 2.60. The invoice number is 248 here. The units numbers are 300 units. The rate is 2.60. Students, now we again record our inventory in balance column here. Firstly, we have to record the previous balance 400 units, 2.40 here, and now current units are available 300 units. The rate is 2.60 here. Students, this is the record of inventory in our storeroom here. Now 7th March, 100 units are issued. The requisition number is 427. In requisition number, we have to record 427. The units are 100 units which are issued to production. Students, now you are looking here. This is the last and first method. Now we have to take the units from the last purchase. This is the 300 units. Now we pick out 100 units from 300 units here. The rate is 2.60. The rate is 2.60 here. Student, this is our issue entry which has been passed in the form of LIFO method here. Now we again record our inventory 400 units, the first purchase 2.40. Now the balance is 200 units because 100 units has been taken from in it, 2.60. The current record our inventory is 400 units and 200 units here. Now students, 15th March we again purchase 200 units at the rate of rupee 2.70 here. The requisition number is 342. 342 here. 200 units are purchased at the rate of 2.70. Now we again record our inventory in balance column. Again 400 units, the rate is 2.40. Units, the rate is 2.60, and the current units are purchased is 200 units. The rate is 2.70 here. Student, this is the inventory record which has been maintained in our balance column here. Again, 18 March, 150 units are issued. The requisition number is 437. 437 here. The units are 150 units issued. Now we take these units from the last purchase and like as total units here. The rate is 2.70. Now we again record our inventory for units 2.40. Again 200 units 2.60. But the balance is in last purchase is only 50 units because we have taken 150 units from it. 50 units is the balance, the 2.70 here. This is our current inventory. This is our inventory card which is existed in our storeroom now. 21st March again 3 units are issued. The acquisition number is 150. Students, now there are 300 units are issued, but in our last purchase there are only 150 units are available. Firstly, we have to take 50 units from last purchase here, 2.70. The remaining balance is 250 units, but again in second last purchase we have 200 units. Now we pick up 200 units from second last purchase cost here. 200 units, the rate is 2.60. Now until the balance is remaining as the 50 units, which is received from the first purchase from the 400 units here, 50 units, the rate is 2.40 here. Students, this is our final units are assumed into production here. Students, the inventory card is only 350 units are available in our store now because all other units have been assumed against the acquisition number of 150 here. Now 25th March again we purchase 150 units. The acquisition number is 510. Sorry. The units are assured. The units are assured. Sorry, student. This is the acquisition number is 449. 449, not of 150. 449. The purchasing invoice number is 150 here. The purchasing invoice number is the 150 here. Invoice number. The units are purchased are 150 units. The rate is 2.80. Now we again record our inventory in balance column. 350 units, previous units 2.40, and the current units are received 150 units. The 2.80 is the rate here. Now students, in current we have two type of inventory like as 50 units and 150 units because their rates are different here. Now 29th March we assured 200 units. 200 units are assured. The acquisition number is 510. And in our last purchase, there are only 150 units are available, but we need 200 units. First, we have to take 150 units in our last purchase here, 2.80, and the remaining balance 50, which is received from the first purchase. The rate is 2.40 here. The remaining balance is 300 units. The rate is 2.40 here. Students who are looking, we have solved our problems with the help of LIFO method, and I hope you clear about this method thoroughly. This is the LIFO method. Now we move below. The verification is here. The opening balance is 960 rupees. Material purchase amount is 1,740 rupees. The total amount which is available, the cost which is available for use in production from 700 rupees. Now less the assured material is the material balance 720 rupees, which is equalized with this amount. It means that we have solved our problem as 100% accurately. Student, this is the second method as a LIFO. Now students, we move the third method. Moving average method or cost average method. For this purpose, we have to move the other slide here. Student, this is the slide again. The average cost method. The question is same, but the method is different here. Now, firstly, we have to introduce about the moving average method in introduction slide. Average cost method, abbreviation is ACM, average cost method here. Average cost method follows the concept of total stock and total revenue here. The weighted average unit cost is used for costing materials, requisitions and charging cost of materials to production. The balance on hand is also composed of units valued at the weighted average cost here. Weighted average units is computed by dividing total units of the item into their total cost. The basic formula about this method is weighted average unit cost is equal to total cost of the item divided by total units of the item. In this method, the average units is composed after every receipt of materials and used for costing the assured till the next purchase is made. Student, this is the explanation about the moving average cost or average cost method here. Now we move the main slide. Student, the question is the same, but the method is different here. Now we again pass all the entries which are given in the problem. The opening entry is 400 units and the rate is 240 here. 240 here. This is our opening balance. Now, students, 3rd March we have purchased 300 units against the rate is 2.60. The requisition number is the invoice number is 248 here, 248 here. 300 units, the rate is 2.60. Now, here is the weighted average method is started. Students, firstly we have to sum up the total cost here, the previous cost and the current cost about the units here. For this purpose, we have to add up the previous cost plus current cost. This is the total cost. As well as it, we have to add up the total units. The previous units are 400 and the current units are 300 here. 700 units are the total units available in the inventory. Now we have to find out the average rate, weighted average rate here. For this purpose, we have to divide total cost by total units, number of units here. This is our weighted average cost, 2.49. Friend, now at the time of issuing of materials in the production, before the purchase of any other inventory, we have to use this rate which is showing in front of you here. Now 7th March, the materials are issued. The requisition number is 427. The units numbers are 100 units. The rate is this rate. This rate. Now students, the remaining balance is 700 units minus 100 units which are issuing in the production. The rate is also same here. This is the rate. Students, in our storeroom, the inventory cost is 1,491 rupees. The number of units are 600, and the weighted average is 2.49 here. Now, 15th March, we purchase again 200 units at the rate of 2.70. The requisition number is 342. The number of units purchased are 200 units. The rate is 2.60 here. Sorry, 2.70 here. Now we again find out the new weighted average here because we have purchased new material. For this purpose we have to again sum up the previous cost. Sum of the previous cost plus current cost. Now we again sum up the total units. Now the rate is here, total cost divided by total number of units here. This is the new rate, 2.54 is the new rate. Weighted average cost here. Now in next we use this rate at the time of issuing of production before the new purchase. Now students, 18th March we issued 150 units. Again the requisition number 437 here. 437 is the requisition number. 150 units are issued. The rate is same. This is the weighted average cost rate here. The remaining units are here. 800 units minus 150. This is our remaining balance. 650 units are available in our showroom. The rate is same here again. Students, again 21st March, the material units are also issued in the production. The requisition number is 449, and the number of units are 300 units, and the rate is same. This is the rate here again. Now balance is inventory balance is 650 minus 300 units. This is the remaining balance. The rate is same as 2.54 here. Students, we are looking, we apply again that rate before the purchasing of new units here. Now students, 25th March we again purchase 150 units against the rate 2.80 here. The requisition number is 150 here. The units numbers are 150 units and the rate is 2.80. Now we again find out the new rate here. For this purpose we have to add up total cost, the previous cost and the current cost. Plus current cost is this. Now the total units are now students, this is the rate is here. Again find out total cost divided by number of units. 2.62 here. Again new rate are available. Now students, 29th March we issued 29th March we issued 20 units. The acquisition number is 510. The rate is the same which is available in our balance column. From the remaining balance is 3 units. The rate is the same here. Student, this is the weighted average cost method. Weighted average cost method. You are looking, we have changed the rate at that time when we purchase new units here. Student, this is the average cost method which are doing in front of you. Now in verification, the closing balance 785 rupees and the 785 rupees are the same. Equalize, it's mean that we have solved our problem 100% accurately. Now student, these are the 3 methods which has been applied in given problem, but in second requirement prepare a schedule showing the cost attached to each acquisition for each method of pricing, so the effect of the various methods so on cost may be compared. This is the second requirement. Now we will move the second requirement slide here. Student, this is the comparison among the 3 methods. Student, you are looking here in 7th March. We assured 100 units in 7th March. You are looking here. When we have assured 100 units, we have to apply 3 methods as a FIFO method, moving average method here. In FIFO method, the cost of 100 units is 240 rupees. But in LIFO method, the cost is 260 rupees. But in average cost method, the cost is 249 rupees. You are yourself looking here clearly, the costs are different in all 3 methods. Same as 18th March we again assured units as a 150 units. The FIFO cost is 360 rupees. The LIFO cost is 405 rupees. The moving average cost is 381 rupees here. You are looking again here the costs are different here. As well as we are issuing again and again units in other states like as 18th March, 25th March, 21st March and 29th March. The sum of is LIFO cost is here, FIFO cost is here, LIFO cost is here, and every cost method is here. You are looking here, the total cost which is consumed in the production is 1,875 rupees. The LIFO cost 1,980 rupees, and the average material cost is 1,950 rupees here. The comparison is that if the more cost put in the production, the cost of this production is higher. If the cost is less in production, the per unit cost of production is lower. In the perfect competition, we have to run our business with the help of our minimizing our cost. If we do not minimize our cost and our cost is higher in the market, then never please purchase our product.